Good morning. It's only 10 past 11 practically, and this is Gino show, and I will have a little story coming from this beautiful young lady that I met her and her husband 12 years ago in Rotary. She has a business, Visiting Angel. People sometimes don't realize what they really mean. Would you be kind enough to tell me a story? How did you start the business?
Absolutely. My husband, Tony, is an accountant, and I'm a nurse, and we both were doing the 9 to 5, though I was doing more night shifts, and my parents needed help. And when we were looking for help for my parents, that's how we found Visiting Angels. And I said to my husband, you know, I think we could do this. I mean, as a nurse, I could probably have done it myself from scratch, but they had a wonderful support and training package. And he agreed with me. So 15 years ago, 16 now, we opened our office in Acton for Visiting Angels. And what we do is we provide private duty, non-medical home care to adults and seniors in their homes. And we build relationships with them. We've had clients for years, and then we also can help people out in the short term. Trying to think what else I want to tell you about the story, but that's the story.
It's the story. The question is, they're very happy when they had the opportunity to get in touch with you. Somebody was able to help their own people, their own family, or friends.
Right.
It was nice. That was nice. So it came just like that because you had your mother that needed help, huh?
Right. That's how we found it. That's how we got involved in it.
How do you like
and
that?
It's been very rewarding being able to help people.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So why don't you just tell the people, and I give you this, tell them
okay.
exactly what it does to be involved with the Visiting Angel.
Yeah, well, and home care in general.
And home care
as
in
of
general.
2020, 1 in 6 Americans is a senior. And as we age, we have health issues and we need more help. And we don't have the family members that all the generations live together anymore. That's starting to come back because of finances, but families are spread all over the country. My family is spread all over the country. And so you don't have necessarily somebody right there to help you. And those that do are blessed. That's wonderful. But there's a lot of people out there that just don't have the support systems that they need, and they need help to be able to stay independent in their own homes. A lot of it obviously is financial. If they qualify for Medicaid, which is the state insurance, they can receive some services through there, and that's all dependent on the state budget. If you have Medicare, it is not a covered benefit per se. Some of the insurance companies that Medicare contracts with are working on it, but currently there is no insurance for home care right now. If you need home health services, which are different, that's skilled care, that means you have a medical or nursing need, then you get X number of visits for Y number of weeks for whatever it is. But it's still only a few hours a week or something like that. There's not a lot of, and it's not for the non-medical. If people have long-term care insurance, again, it depends on the particular insurance, but that usually helps defray a good portion of that cost, depending, again, on how much service you need. So we're always happy to direct people to the resources, and in every town, the Council on Aging is always a really good place to start for everybody. And we can also help them recommend different things. We go in and we do a home safety assessment, go over what they need, and then make recommendations for their care. And if it's something that we don't do, then we try to direct them where they can find what they need.
That's nice.
Activities of daily living, they'll hear that phrase a lot. Those are the things that they absolutely need, and those are things like bathing, toileting, ambulation, transfers, the basic kind of things.
Right.
The instrumental activities of daily living are the homemaking portions, meal preparation, shopping, laundry, light housekeeping, that kind of thing. So there are two separate things, which they will hear more if they had like long-term care insurance, because you have to have at least 3 of those ADLs for the long-term insurance to kick in.
ADL.
Do they need help with bathing, transferring, ambulation?
I got it.
If they don't have at least 3, then the insurance does not.
I got it.
So it is, unfortunately, mostly out-of-pocket, private pay. So we really attempt to keep our rates competitive with other agencies and being able to, pay our caregivers a reasonable rate.
I got it.
Some of the other issues besides the financial, which is a big thing for a lot of people, is that it's an up-and-coming thing. There's a big need, so you get a lot of agencies opening up their doors. There is no licensure in Massachusetts.
No?
There is no licensure in Massachusetts, so there's no oversight.
Oh.
It went away years ago. When we first opened, it was under the Board of Labor, and that was all more of the hiring and practices, but there was some oversight, and then they did away with it. So I've been working with the Home Care Alliance of Massachusetts, which is the legislative advocacy group, and we have worked on, I help them with their accreditation standards, which is what we're using it right now as a substitute for licensure. So we do always recommend that people check and see if the agency is accredited. But I've been working on the language of the bill, and it's been in the legislature now for years. It still hasn't made it through yet. But we think that there does need to be some basic requirement. If you have to have a license to do nails or groom your dog, you should have a license to take care of people. But that's just us.
Does it disqualify for people they are veterans and they are only alone and they don't know how to
That's
cook?
done usually through the Veterans Administration, and a lot of my sister agencies have contracted with veterans.
Oh, yeah?
We have not, and that has to do with their history. Everyone's familiar with how financially they were having things and they weren't paying us at the time. And so what we did was we went kind of private. So you have a lot of the veterans that families pay for services, or their trust fund does, and we provide some services that way.
There is many veterans, unfortunately, they just live alone.
Yes.
Their family are gone, and they need so much help that they don't know where to turn because
exactly.
Yeah.
For the veterans, we always suggest that they contact the veteran agent in their town, but we do have resources, companies that will actually go ahead and help do the paperwork for them, help them do that paperwork, all that red tape, and help them get the services they need, and we can refer them to those people as well. We've been collecting a lot of resources for people so whatever it is, we can suggest this is an option for you.
That's nice of me. That's really nice. I hope you people understand what we're talking about, because this is something that eventually a lot of people need some assistance. I mean, geez, I'm very lucky that at the moment. But what happens if something happens? I won't be able to even move around. I might have to say, can I get some help from you, guy? Visiting angel? You got 2 wings, you can come in. You got 1 wing, will you wait?
So another issue that is again related to that financial piece is a lot of people are now going to private hire. So there's this whole cottage industry underground where they're hiring people to provide care. There's probably perfectly good people out there. The thing is that makes you the employer.
Yeah, yeah.
So you're now responsible for your hiring, liability, and supervision. And people don't realize that.
I like the visiting angel.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's the plus of it. So for the hiring portion, are they checking references? Are they doing the background checks?
I got it.
Liability is insurance. Their homeowner's insurance does not cover that. And
I got it.
Yeah. So what happens if that person slips on the ice on your house, or, there's the taxes, of course, They may not meet the IRS independent contractor standards. So unless you're taking those taxes out, you both might get hit with that, at the end of the year.
I got it.
And even if they do, then they have to know that they need to do that 1099, again, for tax purposes. And supervision. What happens if they don't show up or they don't do the job that you want? What's your backup? So those are all the things to think about when they hire privately.
Yeah.
So, and not that people can't do a good job, but it's definitely a consideration on that.
But I heard about Visiting Angel. Everybody are very happy with the Visiting Angel. So
We really obviously strive to do a good job. We needed that for our parents. I would want it for myself. That's how we treat people, you know, that we want to take the best care of them that we can and do the
that's
best
nice,
job
yeah.
that we can.
And they don't have you don't have to worry about anything because they follow through. They are there to help. You know, if somebody needs, they don't know how to cook, they will cook. They need something to be washed, they can wash, even though, you know. So they do. It's just like a family, practically. They're there to help somebody, but they treat them like a family, individual.
Yeah.
So that's a really nice.
Yeah. And like I said, it helps people stay independent and safe in their homes. And
Right.
home can also be their room at the assisted living or in a nursing home. We've done that as well. But generally homes.
Yeah, yeah.
And even if they do have some family, that family needs to work or has children, they're that sandwich generation. Whatever we need to do to help them, you know. And it's we flexible hours. It can be around the clock, but it can be 4 hours. It can be overnight. What it is that helps them.
The most,
Respite,
yeah.
even
Yeah.
just respite. We have people that do call us, you know, a couple times a year. So
they can stay overnight sometime, or
yeah, so it allows the caretaker or the family to get some sleep.
I got it. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's very important because a lot of times they're not sleeping. They're up at night, and you know
It's hard to take care of somebody.
it's
right?
hard to take care of somebody like that. Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Yeah, we are very lucky, very lucky. But this is something. I'm very happy that you came, so somebody can understand what we're doing. We're only trying to help other people. That's it. I mean, this young lady and the husband has been doing it for 16 years for Canada, and I'm sure I heard from other people they're doing a really good job helping others. I'm really, really happy for it.
The need is there, and I know it's hard for people, but to ask for help sometimes or to be able to afford help. And again, we work with them as much as we can. The bigger problem there is that there's so much need. We need more people. We need more people to work in home care.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And it's a great second job. It's a great new career. We do our own training. We just need people
They
to
even
take care
live
of
longer,
people.
right? They even live longer because
yeah.
they have some assistance.
Yeah,
You
the
know?
idea is to keep them,
Keep them moving.
Keep them moving, keep them out of the hospital, keep them,
Yeah.
you know, give them
Yeah.
quality of life. Absolutely.
That's really good. I hope you understand what we're doing here. We're only trying to help people. Maybe the person that's watching us say, you know, that's a good idea. Maybe I should get in touch with the Visiting Angel. Okay, the question is, tell them how to get in touch with the Visiting Angel. You got it right here. Put it like that so they can see.
Okay, so our office is located in Acton, but we cover Lexington to Lancaster, Tingsboro to Stowe. Our phone number is 978-263-1212. Our email is acton@visitingangels.com. Obviously, if it's not business hours, we have an answering service and an on-call person, so someone's always available to help.
That's beautiful. I think we're doing pretty good.
Okay.
Anything else would you like to add?
Off the top of my head?
Yeah, yeah, you got something.
Like I said, what we do is we help with, again, the personal care, bathing and dressing. We can do errands and shopping.
Oh, that's
we can
beautiful.
remind them to take their medications, fix meals, do laundry. We will do a little light housekeeping. We're not a cleaning service. If they don't have any transportation to things like doctor's appointments or a hairdresser, we can do that as well. We're not a transportation, but if we're providing care, we will include that in the care.
That's nice. See, something you didn't know and I didn't know. See? Anything else you got in your head?
Like I said, we try to always offer other resources for people. Even if we don't have it, we can direct them to where they can get more things. Whether it's some medical equipment, if it's additional services, like we mentioned with the Veterans Administration, there are companies out there that can help them, you know, navigate the red tape. We try to do that. try to help.
And those people will be very happy because it's hard to be all by yourself when you don't have a family to be there to help you.
Well, even with the family caregiver often needs some help as well.
Yeah, you are correct. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because it's very, very difficult for them,
Yes.
especially if they're older as well. Unfortunately, it's not uncommon to have the family caregiver health become affected enough, and sometimes they go first, and we want to make sure that that doesn't happen.
You are correct.
So getting some help and so that you can sleep at night is very important.
Yeah, we have to say, dear Lord, give us a good day. I wanted to say thank you for coming to Gino's show in Acton. And I'm sure there's many, many people will say, I think we're going to make a call. Okay, and I hope next time I see you, you're smiling and you say, well, that thing really went through. But we have to go to Westford too, because a lot of people there too. There's a lot of people. So this is practically 11:30. I haven't disturbed you with your lunch. And just say thank you, Gino, to show Gino show. And they come from Venice. How do you like that? I appreciate so much for listening to us, and I hope we are able to help so many seniors or somebody that really needs some help. That's all we can do. God bless you, and have a good day.
Thank you.